feeling. Okay, so cool. So good morning everyone. Did anyone see last night that the wonderful Tom Pidcock, who lives round the corner from Kathy and I, let's take it round, won the outdoors part of the Tour de France. So when he's in 8th position overall. So he's the son of a friend of mine. And we're like, wow. So yeah, his future is incredibly bright, and he's a Yorkshire boy. Sorry, Claire. 2 and 1, and then take it over into a big bend, and then back. And for 2. Oh, stretch everything out. 3. Let's do 3 more of these. 3 and 2. And keep it there. Just take a beautiful breath in. Push the hips forward a little bit. And then keep the legs where they are. Come up, turn into that front thumb. And then take that hand into the inner calf of the bent leg. Take the other hand up towards the ceiling. Just see how tight you are through the body. Bring that shoulder back a little bit. Breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. In. And gently out. I've just seen Jan's put something on Instagram as well. She's day 13, negative today. Breath in. Two more. Last one. And back the other way. So just take it easy, Angela, as well. Even just something, you think Pilates can be quite gentle, but after COVID, everything can just feel a little bit hard work. And 2 more. Good. And then over into mermaid. And for 6. For 5. For 4. For 3. For 2. Lovely. Hold it on this last one. Take it over. Take a beautiful breath in. And out. Last one. Keep the legs where they are. Shoulder blades down. Reach forward. And then take that front hand to that inner calf of the bent leg. Take the other one up to ceiling. And just notice just that the lateral side of the body can feel quite tight. Breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. In. Last one, breath in. And then up. I'll say hello to Serena. It feels so weird now she's working. I only see her once a week. Take a breath in. But unlike some people, Mrs. Pascal, she's very, very good at doing the recordings. And then back to centre. Beautiful. And then just take the hips backwards, chin towards the chest, weight forwards, and just gently come on down. Beautiful. So really consciously think about the action. You might get fingertips, you might get palms, you might get elbows. It doesn't matter as long as you're feeling the stretch. Gently, if you've got palms down or fingertips, then hopefully you just feel quite confident at rocking a little bit. Sometimes if you can't get any down, it's nice to have a yoga block just to place the hands on. And just rock forwards and backwards into the ball of the foot, into the heel. Notice how it changes the stretch. Beautiful. And then either walk the hands round to the foot or to the shin if you can't reach the floor. And then just let the head hang towards the knee. Again, notice how much tension we carry through the posterior part of the body, the hamstrings into the calf even. And again, beautiful breath in. Do a big inhale, not shallow breath. Well done, and then gently back to centre, and then start, if you need to take the hands away, that's fine, but start bringing your feet back to a parallel position underneath the hip. But soften the knee, really just soften them. Yeah, bend them actually, and then just slowly, slowly bring everything up to standing. Oh. Lovely, well done. Okay, so we're all hopefully a little bit warmed up. So let's just take ourselves into some calf raises. So again, if it feels too much in a calf raise, you know, if you, like I say, just recovering from COVID, then you might just want to do your arm actions after a little while. Keep that core tight. And then change your arm action into, so really pull. You don't have the shoulder like that, try and pull back so you're creating a stretch in the pectoral wall as well. And lift. So think about, don't go too quick. You want to really reach the scapula, kind of, so the scaps are pushing together. And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Well done. Keep with the calf raise if you want, or just do the shoulders. So again, take your arms out, reach long, palms up nice and slow, take it up, hold, 1, 2. Back down, good. And again, just up, palms up, then raise. Good. 4 more. Palms up, raise. Excellent. 3 more. 2 more. Say hello to my friend Jenny, who sometimes does it, but she's at graduation today. And again. Beautiful, well done. Okay, keep them shoulders down, hips back into this ankle that I broke a few years ago is clicking like mad at the minute. A few years ago, no, it's a year, isn't it? Anyway, there we go, lovely. For 8, for 7, keep them shoulders down. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done, and into a nice wide. And I'll tell you what I'm feeling, Angela, still when I'm doing exercise, I'm still a bit, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's weird. So with your, you can either do second position, if you want to work a bit through the inner thighs. If you know you're a little bit prone to sciatica, keep parallel, yeah? So again, take it down. Stick that bum right to wall. Let's do 20. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or parallel. 10. Just second position just works the butt a bit more, that's all. 5 more. For 5. For 4. For 3. For 2. And for 1. And then hold it down. Go into second position if you're not, and really try and sink and push those inner thighs. So just pushing the knees backwards away, and realise how much tension you can carry through the groin area. Woo. And draw the belly in and gently back up. Good, well done. Okie dokie, let's go straight into some balance work. So we're just going to take 1 foot forwards, hold, I'm just going to raise for 10. So not a straight leg, but not a full flexed one, so midway between a bent and a straight leg. And for 5, for 5, for 4, 2 for 1. Well done. And then take that big toe down and try and keep the hips level and just take it into forward, side and back. So just working the hip, yeah, working the glutes, working the balance. And 4, 3, 2, channel your ballerina. And then take it to the side. Soften that knee a little bit, just transfer the weight slightly, but not kind of like this. Just transfer, push the big toe into the mat and lift. Again, think very much about length as opposed to height. We're not lifting right up here somewhere. Yeah. 8, 7, notice how strong this leg has to be to support you. 5, do I sound like I'm a bit heavy? I feel like I'm heavy breathing. 4, 3, 2, and then my favourite stretch. 1, take that foot over. Yeah, reach up. So reach up the same hand as the leg that's in front. Push out. Oh. And again, feel all that lovely stretch through the waist. Yeah, don't worry if it's a struggle to get that arm overhead, guys. You can just, let it hang. Well done. And then just to stretch out that leg that we've been stood on, soften that front knee quite a bit. So in this position, take the hips all the way backwards, chin to chest, and then transfer the weight forwards. And just gently down. And again, don't force it. As soon as you start feeling the stretch, so you might even get to there, but as long as you feel the stretch through the back of the leg, sometimes towards the outside of the leg where the IT band is as well. Take a breath in. Remember, if the IT band, the white connective tissue that runs down the side of the leg, if it gets too tight, you can really pull on the knee. So it's really good to stretch this to stop that knee getting out of alignment. And again, take a breath in and out. In and out. Last one, breath in. Soften the front knee even more to gently restart that spine, bone by bone. Oh. And then that back leg, the one where we were feeling the stretch, just give it another bit of a stretch by taking it to the back. If you've got a wall that you want to push into, you can. Otherwise, if you can't balance, just take the hand onto the knee. Start with the heel away and then drive it down, feeling the stretch through the calf. Hold, and you can repeat on the other side and then get down today. Yeah, we were supposed to go see Tears for Fears and Alison Moyer last night at the Millennium Square, so I'm really looking forward to it, and it got cancelled. So we went to Alberetta for dinner. Chin to chest, hips backwards, gently down. We took Mason and his girlfriend out because she's just got a first in a law degree, so we're like, oh, let's go celebrate. And then just hold, let the head just hang. Beautiful, soften that front knee and again gently restart. So how are you feeling? Sometimes even 2 weeks off can feel like forever. Okay, let's go into the other side. So take the foot forward. I'm going to see if I can remember what we did. So again, just lift for 10, lift for 9, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down, back. Deb's your phone better be off, darling. You need to just relax. Take time for you. 2, 3, 4. And again, if you've got an ear infection or anything, you know, it can really affect the balance. So just always make sure there's something to grab hold of, just in case. And then to the side, and again, draw the tummy in, lift and lower. Lift for 2, lift for 3, for 4. So again, try and keep upright. It's very easy to kind of do this and this. Yeah, we're just not trying to do that. We're just lifting, working the side glute muscles. For 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Well done. Take it in front. Soften the knee. Take the hips back. Bend the weight comes forward. Chin to chest. Down into that iliotibial band. Run a stretch. Notice if you're much tighter on this side or less tight. I'm always less tight on the left hamstrings. So I feel like this is not as much of a stretch as the other side. Take a breath in. And out. In. And out. 2 more. Last one. And gently up. Oh, I know I was missing my lovely clover. And then up. Oh, beautiful. Sometimes you can almost feel that down into your butt as well. And then push over. Breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. In. Out. Last one. The leg that's to the back, just give it one more stretch into that calf stretch. So again, take the weight into the front knee, heel away and drive that heel into the floor. See how much kind of tension the calf muscle can get. So it can get super tight, the calf, and then it can lead into the soleus, down into the heel. Just hold the tendon, Achilles can get a bit spongy. So always try and do this stretch daily if you can. Just feel, oh. Good, just straighten the leg. I still have a few problems with this since I've broken it, keeping this leg straight. So for me, I sometimes have to take the heel into the mat. But if you can keep the foot down, please do. Oh, beautiful. Just take a breath in. So we really want to be holding our stretches for, you know, at least kind of 15-20 seconds. And if you're particularly tight, do them 2 or 3 times. And then gently up. Ah, fab, brilliant. And just do a few little pelvic circles. Yes, soften the knee. And pelvic circle back. And fabulosa. Okie dokie. Let's just come down onto the floor, guys. So we've done a few roll downs, so we've mobilised the spine a little bit anyway. So if you want to use your roller, I know some people love the roller, I know some people don't, or some people don't have one. I just want to show you something actually with the roller. I've had a few people this week for massages actually that have had real problems through their piriformis muscle, which is one of the external rotators of the hip, so it kind of sits about there. And I was just showing someone else, nice to actually massage it out. You can obviously come to a masseuse who can massage the bum, but you can do it yourself with a roller or a ball. So you can, if you've got the range of motion, you can kind of put one foot on, and then you just roll over to the side of the other side, the foot that's on the floor, and you just roll up and down. Some people find that difficult, so you can just keep like that, and then back. So if you really do have tight piriformis, and usually the indication is you have a little bit of back pain, lower back pain, can almost have a little bit of nervy pain. Be careful though if it's nervy, because that's more sciatica, or it can really affect the mobility of the hip. But I've been doing it a few times with some private clients, and oh, it feels good. It feels so good. So yeah, so that's just a little thing I wanted to show you. But we're going to go and do some abdominal work. So remember, if you are watching my YouTube and you're not familiar with me, you just somehow found me, okay? But for my clients, always remember that when we're on the roller, you do exactly the same on the mat. So what we want to, let's remind ourselves, I know I harp on about this, but it's really important. Pubic bone, if you take your pubic bone, whether you're on the mat or the roller, and just take your middle finger, place it on the pubic bone, and then walk both fingers laterally to each hip bone, and then inwards to the belly button. So like a diamond shape. That should be nice and flat, yeah? The hips shouldn't be higher than the pubic bone, because this happens, really unsafe position. Yeah, it doesn't work the core, it arches the back, takes the ribs out. Likewise, we don't really have to squeeze the lower back into the mat. Yeah, better to have that position, but ideally we want that diamond shape, nice and flat. Chin towards the chest, rib cage in and down, so if you trace your ribs, depending on posture, but generally the ribs should be pretty much on the mat or the roller, and then you've got a little tiny gap just under that lower spine. So keep the ribs down, chin towards the chest, length across the front of the chest, and we're just going to take the right leg up. We'll start nice and easy today, and we're going to take the opposite arm away, yeah? And then just think about that navel to spine connection, so draw the navel in towards the spine, keep it there. And we're just going to nice and slowly take your arm backwards and the opposite leg forwards, and then slowly bring it back in. And just imagine underneath that lower lumbar spine there is just a nice flow of water. Oh, there's a little tiny grape, and there should be no stopping the flow of water or increasing the flow as you bring the leg out. So as you take the leg out, you shouldn't be increasing the gap, and as you bring it back in, you shouldn't be closing the gap up. Yeah, you stay in neutral. And the ribs keep down. And again. 3. So nice and gentle to start with. If this feels enough today, when we do our second round, you can just go back to single. Good. And then gently down. Again, without shifting. Keep the hips level, so we're not rocking east to west or north to south. Bringing the other leg up. And again, draw the tummy in, rib cage closes, out, slowly back. And again. Good. Keep that foot pointed. So you're likely to be able to get your leg much lower when you're doing single leg without the risk of the pelvis moving. Sometimes it's really nice to go back to that kind of beginner level and really work on pelvic stability. 4, 3, better to do level 1 correctly than try and go to level 2 and not be able to control the abdominal muscles. 1 more. Okay, the next ones, if you want to progress it, we're going to do double leg with our arms down for 24, or you keep to single and do 12 on one side before you move to the other side. Okay, so make sure that chin's supported. If the neck feels a little bit uncomfortable today and you can't quite correct it, you can obviously always put a cushion or something underneath. So, right leg into tabletop, draw the belly in, really keep the core tight as you bring the other leg up. Okay, take one leg out, gently back, the other side, for 2. These are not easy, they shouldn't be easy, they should feel like you're really having to concentrate and keeping the pelvis still. it's too much, go to single. 5. 24 is quite a lot. Obviously on the floor is a little bit easier, but still not easy. You'll feel your hip flexors. Don't worry, they're working hard and we'll stretch them in a sec. Obviously if you're doing single, you should have changed by now. And we've got 8 left. I had a new girl yesterday, she was really fit, but because she found these hard, she went, I can feel everything shaking. And 4 more. 4. 3, nice and slow. 2. And 1. Well done. Take the feet down. Give yourself, I always like to give myself a really good pelvic tilt. Yeah. Imprint, release. And then just gently take the soles of the feet together. Just let the knees just flip out a little bit. Just take some really nice, kind of opposite. We've had our tummy really kind of, navels into the spine. It's all very kind of connected. Now we just want to relax a little bit. So now we want to think about just relaxing the belly, letting the lymphatic system and the parasympathetic system kick in. So just gently, just close your eyes, turn the palms up to ceiling and give yourself a really big belly breath. Let the belly rise really high. Always think of Heather when I do this, Kathy, because we don't like letting our tummy become big, do we? We spend our life going like this. And actually, Heather was like a tiny little doll and her belly used to rise amazingly. So I thought, Heather can let her belly go, so can I. So just again, big belly breath. And again. Just notice what happens when you let the belly become big. The back often comes away, exhale back down, and that's why when we're doing abdominal work, obviously we don't want the belly to relax. We want that belly to be, engaged. Last one. Beautiful. Back to centre, and because a lot of people, I think everyone in this class actually has got some kind of, shoulder, neck issue. Let's do some really lovely work through the neck. So just take the chin towards the chest. Again, this can be done nicely on the mat. If you've got a ball, it's really nice to have the ball underneath the head as well. I don't know where mine is, it's over there. So I won't bother using it. And we're just going to do chin to chest and chin to ceiling. Chin to chest, particularly chin to chest, almost like you're giving yourself a double chin. Not a nice image, I know. So you want to do these on the morning. I prefer them with my head taken onto the mat versus do them just standing or sitting, but obviously you can. You want to do about 10 of each movement, and then you want to take right ear to shoulder. This usually is a little bit more difficult and quite uncomfortable if you suffer with necks. So that's why it's important that we do it. Try and push in a little bit. Obviously not into pain, but you want to feel a little bit of discomfort. Otherwise you stop moving into the full range of motion that we should have. Nothing worse, I don't think, than neck pain. My friend came for a massage the other day, my best friend, and she gets terrible neck shoulder pain with like being over a CAD machine designing, and it can make you feel really nauseous if it gets too tight. Good, well done. And then back to centre. There's obviously other movements, but just imagine that little pen on the nose, and we're just going to do some circling. Some little circles on the ceiling. So again, I've talked about this quite a lot. If I do circling stood up, I find it a little bit, well, just awful if I'm honest. I find it quite painful. Whereas when my head's supported, it feels so nice. I want to cough. That's another thing, Angela, that I just cough a lot more at the minute. Okay, brilliant. And then just take both arms up to ceiling, and remember back in the day when we couldn't hug anybody? Remember now, just hug someone. So take the shoulder blades away and then retract back down. Hug and back down. And again, 3 and 4. And then keep them both there. Left thumb comes towards the floor, right hand goes forward. Can you touch the floor? Remember the ribs, so try and keep the ribs connected, don't let them come up and away. And then back, and again. My shoulders feel really good at the minute. I'm not sure why, maybe it's rest. I did quite a lot of push-ups yesterday though, so it's just a matter of keeping them mobile, keeping them strengthened as well. So remember guys, I don't often do weights in this class, but if you've got good range of motion in the shoulders, you really need to try, start lifting some weights as well. And then to here, and then back. I'm going to do a half-hour class, record a half-hour class after this, and I'm going to use some weights. So I'll put it on YouTube. And so sorry for those of you, remember this one, so the hand that's at the leg starts circling up, the hand that's at the head starts circling towards the leg. They come up to me. This is for you, Jenny. One of my friends loves this. It is so nice, and I think you only realise how important shoulder mobility is once it's taken away from you. Yeah, you can no longer blow dry your hair, put your bra on, fasten your coat, and one more each side. Gorgeous, well done, excellent. Okay guys, let's gently come off the roller if you're on it. Take it to one side. Let's do a little bit of bridge and a little bit of roll up. If you don't want to do roll up, you can just do chest lift when we start to do roll up. I'll just show you chest lift. So chest lift looks really easy, but if you do it right, it's not. So a lot of people when they do chest lift, there's a couple of mistakes that happen. So knees are at the ceiling, feet are on the floor. All you can do as APPI teach you with a straight leg. It's very important to work the core that you are in neutral in this position. Don't be kind of squashing into imprint, and obviously don't be arching. So a lot of the mistakes that are made is that when people come up, one, they do this with their hands, and two, as they come up, they go into imprint. Yeah, so what you want to do is push the rib cage down, neutral spine, elbows nice and wide in your peripheral view. Draw the navel in towards the spine and just lift. There should be no movement. You lift it up. You should still have that little gap. Gently down. I don't ever bring my head fully down. I always keep up into slight chest lift. Lift and lower. You should almost get a shake. Some people just lift like this. So it's relatively high but without squashing in. So we're going to do that if you don't want to do roll up. Or, yeah, so you can just choose. Otherwise, first of all, we're all going to do 4 bridges together. So don't have the feet out here, bring the feet in. If you've got your ball at hand and you want a bit of inner thigh connection, stop the knees from coming out, Then put the ball in between the inner thighs, little chin towards the chest, walk the hands down, length across the collarbones, take a beautiful breath in. Gently roll, squash that imaginary grape underneath the lumbar spine. And start slowly, close your eyes, feel the movement. Start lifting. Yes, sending the knees long and the hips high. It's not the shoulder blades that come away, you're not on your neck. So you've got this nice ski slope. Take a breath in and slow down. I think I do bridge hopefully pretty well. Naomi, Kathy's daughter, it does it. I just love watching her do this. She's got the longest, most beautiful spine. And again, gently back. Yeah, so we're keeping ribs down. We're keeping the hips high and the knees long. Gently down. And again. I used to like watching Mia in bridge as well, Kathy. She was saying she's felt dreadful for about 18 weeks, bless her. And gently down. They say that, don't they? You bloom when you carry boys. I was the same with me, and then when you carry girls. Girls steal your looks. Do you know that saying when you're pregnant? It's probably a load of baloney, isn't it? Or you carry boys to the front, girls everywhere. And then gently down. Beautiful. So just to mobilise the spine, it's always nice to do a few bridges before you do roll up. So if you want to join me with roll up, do. If not, go back to that chest lift. Chin towards the chest. Take a beautiful breath in. Don't be worried if the ribs come up and away as long as we push them down before we roll up. So breath in. Chin towards the chest. Reach. When I've had a bit of time off, I always worry I can't get up. And then back. But try on the morning to do a roll up first thing, and then do a few bridges and a few hamstring stretches, and you'll be surprised how much easier it gets. Oh, good. Would be a bit embarrassing if I couldn't get all of it, guys. And then falls. Easy today, Devs? Harder? Again, try not to kind of push too much. Yeah, we're trying to not get the movement from the shoulder, but that articulation. Restack. I'm losing my pants. 2 more. It's a bit embarrassing, isn't it, on YouTube? Just pull the pants up. And last one. Hold it there. Restart back. And go nice and tall. You forget, you know, because this lovely new girl came used to how high tuck people's shoulders get. So always remember when you're doing a roll up to pull the shoulders back down and gently back. And then just take your arms out to capital T. Bring your legs together. Again, always think of that neutral spine. We're trying to come back to neutral each time. Inhale, take the knees over to the right, the head to the left. Exhale, draw the belly in a little bit. So it's a spinal twist this, it's beautiful, but try and use a little bit of core control when you bring yourself back to centre. So it's okay to really just let the belly relax. You can even take a big belly breath in this position. Draw the belly back in. Use the abdominals to get back to centre. And again. Inhale, let the belly rise. Out breath, draw the belly in. Back to centre. One more. Last one. back to centre. You can keep, sometimes, my back feels absolutely great today, but sometimes if I've done a lot of abdominal and glute work, I can feel really tight near the SI joint, and if you're feeling that way, keep the feet on the floor and continue with that exercise. Otherwise, you can just bring it a little bit into more core control, push the ribs down, draw the belly in. This time we're not relaxing the belly into belly breath though, we're keeping that nice core connection. Inhale, take the knees over. Exhale, back to centre. Inhale, take the knees over. Exhale, back to centre. And again. And again. Two more. Control the legs with the core. The last one, inhale over. Out breath as you lengthen the legs. Inhale, bend the knees. Out breath, centre. Inhale over. Out breath, lengthen. Inhale, bend. Out breath, centre. Well done. Take the feet down. Take your left leg long, right leg into tabletop, left hand to the outside of the right thigh, and just bring it over into another spinal twist. And we'll do a little bit of side leg. Beautiful. Just back to centre and just really pull that chin, I nearly said then, pull that knee into chest, lengthen the opposite leg and point the foot. So you just straighten up the hip a little bit. A good indication, if you now just flex the foot, your legs should be pretty flat. If your leg's kind of up here with the straight leg, it just means the hammies are really tight. So just always be mindful of that. So if you want to stretch the hamstrings, you'd flex the foot, but I want to stretch the hip a little bit. And then the other side, just pull in. Oh, sorry, we haven't done that one. Do that one first. Oh, I love this stretch. And then back, just pull in. And then just take a little bit of butterfly. So again, just turn the palms up to ceiling and just let the knees just flip up and down a bit. You can always push on the inner thighs a little bit just to push them down. My inner thighs are a little bit tight. If your legs appear somewhere, it's a bit of an indication again that your glutes are there, that piriformis is super tight. So that's why you might like to start rolling a bit on it, or doing your piriformis stretch, which we might do after we've done a bit of side leg. Okie doke, let's go on to one side. Let's try the original one. Some people get really bony underneath the hips, so you know, if you grab a towel or something and just give yourself a bit more padding. Yeah, or just kind of mess around a bit. Now make sure the hips are not rolling backwards like that. Hips are facing forward. Again, lift up that bottom waist. So if you drop your waist on the mat and then think about drawing the core in a little bit and then lifting, it really helps that connection. And we're thinking very much about the length of the leg. So just lift and lower. Again, it is not about height. I had a lovely man for a massage the other day, and he tore his glute muscles 20 years ago. And it's really affected his hip mobility. His leg length is massively different on the side that he tore. And he said when he lives in Oz at the minute, but he's overseeing his son. And he was saying that he really struggles with lifting one leg. said I can only lift it a little bit. And I said, it's not about that height, it's about really, and I kind of pulled him and how much better it is just to get the connection by lifting the waist and lengthening the leg as opposed to, yeah, because a lot of people when they do this, they flatten the waist as well. And again for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. So if you've got your hand on your hip and you're rocking, just place it back down. Yeah? And we're just going to do some little 12 little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. Down. And then lift that top one again. Put the hand there. And then just see if you can lift the bottom leg up for 12. Lift. 2, 3. Can be a bit uncomfortable on the hip, this one. 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. And do that again if you want. Either lift the top one or the bottom one, or try and lift both together just for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. We're not doing any more. No, it's Friday morning. Grab hold of your band. If you haven't got one, don't worry, you can do it without one, but just keep your band at hand for a sec. But yeah, let's do piriformis. So the leg we've just been lifting, take it into tabletop, inner knee towards the opposite shoulder, just push it in. If you're super tight in your glutes, that might be enough. Otherwise, lift up, grab the opposite. Keep that push though. Yeah, sometimes when people pull it in, the leg goes back out again. So keep the push on the outside knee. Just bring that heel. Ooh, very nice. And just feel the stretch. If you struggle with piriformis, and sometimes people do, then obviously you can just do figure 4. Push that knee away, lift up. Beautiful. And then take your band. I've just got a little round one today, but most of you hopefully have got the longer ones. It's quite light this, so it's easy for me to manoeuvre. So again, oops, she says. Don't know my own strength. Okay. Oh, right. Health and safety, guys. I'll just get myself where, obviously I am much stronger. No, to be fair, just be careful with the heat, guys. With heat, they've been on the windowsill. They can often do that. So I'm just going to get another one. So make sure that when you're bringing the leg up, try and keep in neutral spine. Flex the foot and don't be tempted to bring it so high. I'm having a few problems with this right hamstring. It's just, I tore it years ago and it's just pretty tight at the minute. So for me, I can get the leg up here, but I have to go up into imprint and I don't want to. That is enough of a stretch for me. 3 to 4. You'll see on this side it'll be much better. Just flex and point. Flex and point. Flex. Yeah, so if you've ever tore a muscle, you can get fitness back, you can get flexibility back, but there's always seems to be a little bit of a niggle. Yes, I'm just flexing and gently flexing and pointing the foot. Yeah, and then I'm turning my foot in and out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And then hold it in, bend the other knee and just gently bring it across the midline. Just hold that sciatic nerve stretch. You can take the other leg long and then bring it all the way down into spinal stretch if you want. Good, back to centre and then just bend the knee and just straighten it a bit. Bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Yeah, I need someone's hands into the back of my hamstring. hold again, just flex the foot, hold. Nice deep breath, particularly if it's tight. Then just take the band in the same hand and just let the leg come out to the side, into that inner thigh stretch. Try not to lift the butt cheek too much. Try and keep it on the floor if you can. And then gently either just come over to the other side, or if you want to try this with me, you can. Drawing the belly in, chin towards the chest, and just gently up. And then over onto the other side. So again, nice connection. So lifting up, so let everything just flop, and then draw the belly in, lift the waist up, lengthen the top leg. Either keep the hand on the hip, or you can put it there. And then just lift and lower. Lift. Some people like to lift the bottom leg all the time. I don't. I like to just feel really connected. And lift. So again, think about that length as opposed to height. Four, three, two, one. Either continue with that, or if it really bothers your bottom knee, your bottom hip, sorry, you can always take that top leg forward and just move forward a little bit and just lift like that. Sometimes that makes it worse for people, sometimes it makes it better. So just try and find a spot, or like I say, a nice, I used to have some little foam, tiny little pieces of foam that I used to sometimes give people in class, but somehow they've disappeared from somewhere. And again for 8, 7, so working the inner thigh a little bit, 6, 5, remember you can keep the hand in front of the navel if you find it difficult to balance, 3, 2, 1, either continue with either lifting the top leg again, or the bottom, or try both. This gets a little bit more into the waist, if I'm honest, than anything else for me. Whittle the waist down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Not doing anything too crazy today. If you love side leg, continue after class. And then just come over onto your back. Oh my God, is it that the time? So I always enjoy myself too much, you know. Wondered why people are disappearing. And then just push in. We'll just do this one, it's easier. Feel free to go if you need to, guys, but try and if you've got the time just to make sure you're stretching out. And just hold. I'll just show on this side for those people that don't have resistance bands. I should have done it on the other side really. But you just want to bring the leg up to keep in neutral and just hold. Just do some flexion and pointing. You can always help it along a little bit, put a ball underneath your head. Flex and point, and then in and out. This is a really important one, turning the foot in and out. We'll get that nice stretch laterally. I think I told you this when I did my sports massage class. I was getting a bit of lateral foot pain from running, and we'd never been taught this one. We've been taught circling and flexing and pointing, but this one is, for me, better. And then again, you can just gently anchor the foot in, bring it across, hold or lengthen and bring it all the way across. And then gently up. Gosh, I miss Pilates when I don't do it. And then just again, just into, so you can always do it like this. If you're super, super flexible, you can grab the big toe and bring it over like that. Make sure if you've got the big toe, let it go. Bend the knee to bring it back to centre. And then just point. So we're just flexing and extending at the knee. And 3. And 2. And 1. And I'm just mindful that I've kept you guys. Sorry, I didn't realise that was the time. So just take a nice cow pose. Gently round. I was going to finish at 20 past. And then just tuck the toes, walk the hands back, and gently back. Slowly up. At least I'm happy in my work, eh?